on, everybody, and welcome back to the Winner Circle. I'm Cody.
I'm Tiffany.
And we're here to recap the first eviction of the Big Brother season. But before we get into it, I just have to say I'm excited. We've chatted a little bit, but the last time we really connected like this was at the wedding. So we're going to go back a little bit, some personal life stuff before we jump into Big Brother. For those of you that don't know, obviously you probably saw it. Tiffany was at the wedding this past February when Christy and I got married. It was absolutely incredible. You flew in. I am so grateful that you came to that wedding. It was so special. You were so much fun. And it's so funny because all of my friends, when they met you, it's like, it's unique, right? Everybody kind of meets people from Big Brother.
Yeah.
But they were like, bro, Tiffany made me feel like I've known her for forever. Like, she is the best. My parents adored you.
I adore them.
I'm so happy that you came to the wedding.
I adore them. First of all, thank you for even thinking about me to invite me. Like, those are so personal and intimate. And weddings are like two families coming together. And you guys all really made me feel like family. Like, you didn't have to invite me. But ever since I walked out of my season, you and Derek have totally embraced me and just made me feel family. And I listened to all of your advice on things. I'm like, no, Cody said do this. No, Derek said do this. And so coming to meet your family and seeing where you come from, and then meeting Christy and her family, it was a wedding of a fairy tale. It was so beautiful. I have never seen two perfect people come together. And you're not perfect people, but perfect for each other. Just in the stories that you shared, your families. I loved it. And I really adored your parents. And I adored her parents too. Just two good homes, good families. It's what we call good stock, you know? You did good. You did good. And she did too. I'm just proud, you know? I'm proud.
Yeah, you're going to actually make me get emotional. And I literally was just saying this before, but that kind of stuff makes me emotional. Like, that kind of stuff, I can get emotional to that. It was really special to have you there, seeing like you and Enzo on the dance floor. And Enzo was just, in his own world. Like, my God, this man. But yeah,
what's
it was really
music,
fun.
Yo? What's the song, yo? Turn it up, yo. Turn this music up, yo.
Like, I'll never forget. I literally came down, so I like kind of snuck out as everybody was going into the cocktail hour, and I ran into Enzo, and Enzo's like, bro, I'm fucked up already. I was like, bro, we didn't even get to the cocktail hour. Like, what are we doing, man?
I just want to talk about the abundance of food. There was no shortage of food. That just must be an Italian wedding, because I was eating the appetizers as a meal. There were so many appetizers, and they go, no, you actually want to save your appetite because we're going to eat what? A whole sushi buffet. There was a lot. We could have a whole segment on that, but it was beautiful, and it's well deserving of emotion, because it's sincere and it's genuine. And who doesn't want to be happy, and who doesn't want to feel fulfilled and pleasured that they made a great decision, like not just for themselves, but for their family, and their family meaning not just your family, but the new family that you all have brought together. Her dad took it away from me, though. He's like, who is this guy? Is he even Italian? What do you mean? What is it? I looked him up. I Googled him. He ain't got no shirt on. I'm like, who's this guy in his bow tie? I loved it. But then when he met you, the respect that he has, you can hear how highly he spoke about you, and you taking care of his daughter, and him being proud and trusting you with her. You can tell that his daughter's his prized possession, his children are his prized possession. I loved it. It's like, if I have a daughter, I don't know what her dad said, but I'm gonna tell my daughter the same thing. Ain't no playing around out here. And you came correct, and I respect it. I love that.
Yeah, no, it was a really fun night. I'm really happy. The memories that I have like kind of pictures. Like, I don't know how our memories work. Like, it just feels like it was like a flash. I have pictures of, in my head, seeing you and Enzo, like all my friends, all of our family, the speeches. I'm really happy that you guys were all able to be there. It really meant a lot to Christy and myself. So it was awesome. Really loved it. But all right, enough of that. We're gonna get into Big Brother. But before we do, Before we do, we're going to hear from this week's sponsor, Factor. Listen, warmer, sunnier days are here, and fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals this summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. With 25 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Listen, we love Factor in this household. We have for a while. Factor meals are great. They're easy. They're convenient. Some nights, Christy and I just don't feel like cooking, and instead of ordering out, we have Factor meals to supplement those days. It's incredible. It's easy, and the meals are great. We love them. We love Factor, and we always will. And for the Winner Circle listeners, you can head to factormeals.com/winnercircle50 and use code winnercircle50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code winnercircle50 at factormeals.com/winnercircle50 to get 50% off your first month and 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. I'd like to thank Factor for sponsoring this week's episode. Let's jump back into it. Okay, we want to thank Factor for sponsoring this week's episode. Guys, if you want to support the channel, make sure you go ahead and get yourself some Factor. They're giving you 50% off your first order and 20% off your following month if the subscription is still lasting. So check them out. All right, so we're here, Big Brother 26. I had the episode last week. I know you've been talking about Big Brother on your podcast. Shout out to the royalty. Yeah. Tiffany has her own podcast where she's covering Big Brother all season long as well. She's going to be joining me here on the Winner Circle. She has her own thing. So make sure you are out supporting no matter where it is, here, over there. Go like, subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications. You guys already know the vibe. So Tiff, what do you think so far this season? What do you think of the cast? And then we will jump into everything that transpired this week.
I personally think this cast is cracked. I don't know where they found these people. I'm actually happy that they're chaotic, because the more chaotic the next season is, the pressure it takes off of like previous seasons. So it's almost like, well, if you think I messed up, what about them though? What they doing? And they are just losing it. And I'm here for it, because everybody's like, this is too much. It's a game for $750,000. Whoever said that winning $750,000 in 90 days was going to be easy? It's not easy. It's not meant to be easy. So it's Big Brother. Welcome to Big Brother. That's just how I feel about it.
Please leave your emotion. I'm so sick of everybody comes on and everybody seems to be losing their mind. I feel like the word that I tweeted this out the other day, and I just feel like the house is unhinged. Like yes. The people in the house are unhinged. They're coming into this game. Did you think it was going to be easy? Did you think nominations were going to be easy? Did you think that it was just going to be a walk in the park? When you walked in, everybody's going to like you. You're not going to be on the block. Like, I promise you, everybody's going to sit on the block at some point of this season.
Yeah.
And it drives me crazy how people come in and then they're like off the rails in the first week. But it tends to be what we see a lot, right? Yeah. We see a lot of first week people go crazy.
You know what I
got to tell you,
Go ahead.
I'm waiting to see somebody to like come out as the person, because right now I can't even tell who's going to be the person for the season. Like, who's going to be the gamer? Who's going to be? I can tell you right now, I have a long laundry list of people who I think are going to be the unhinged ones of the season.
Yeah, it's the unhinged
you know what
cast.
I mean? So who's going to be the gamers?
You know what I think about that first week, like why the house guests come in and we see all this emotion. One, I think that you don't expect to connect with people on the level that you connect with somebody in 1 week in the Big Brother house. There are not a lot of experiences that we on the outside world will have where we are engaged with someone that we don't know so closely and connected with them in such a short period of time. So you're not expecting, we all come in with this mindset, fuck these people. I'm got to play this game. I'm going in for 750. This is for my family. You don't expect to meet people in 1 week that you feel like you've known your whole life. And then you realize, like, I came here prepared to backstab, to betray, to lie, to kick people out. I think it's a little harder than they expect.
Absolutely. And just to add to that, you know what I think the other thing is that it really shows a lot of insecurities of people. So like you can live your day-to-day life with this facade of security and I'm this person and this is how I act in my day-to-day when you're in your comfort zone. And then you get thrown into this house, and T-Core mentioned this about being like high school, and we talk about this all the time. It strips you back to this situation of you walk in the house and immediately you're like, I hope everyone likes me. It's like your freshman year of high school. Like, is everybody liking me? You know, you see the different type of people that are in the house. Like, are they going to be this way? And maybe I didn't really get along with people like that in high school. So are they going to like me? Or is that going to correlate to targeting me? And you go through this crazy whirlwind of emotion of, I just want to be liked. And I think the problem is that a lot of people are very insecure at heart and to their core. And then when you get into the Big Brother house, all those insecurities kind of overflow and you can see this like crazy emotion. And everybody just realistically in these first couple weeks before the dust settles, they just want to be liked. And if there's any hint of feeling like you're on the outside, you're in for it. You're going to have a whirlwind of emotion.
But that is true. And I agree with you on that. I think that looking a little further into the desire to be liked, I don't think it has to do with their insecurities. I think it has to do with them feeling safe. If I need people to, my mindset of going into the house week 1, I do need these people to like me, not for my ego. Screw my ego. I've left that at the door. I need you to like me because I don't want to be your target. As far as liking me for the public, liking me for a friend, liking me for the future, I truly don't care, but I need you to like me for my game.
Right. But
if that's the game I'm playing, unless we can go back to old BB and you can be an ass, you can be someone who is just unlikable, but people will keep you because you're a target. But we've kind of stepped away from those type of game plays and strategies, and you got to be nice. So it's like now the nice people stay in the house because, you know, you're not offending anybody. So, I mean,
I think you make a good point there coming from the perspective of somebody who is a top tier player that has played Big Brother. So like you came in understanding week 1, I don't want to be your target. So like just I'll do enough to make you like me. I think most people come into Big Brother not in that gaming mentality because you're a gamer. Everybody saw it, Tiff. Like there's no hiding it. And you're also like, you are secure with who you are. You are who you are. Like whether people like you or don't like you isn't going to affect you, isn't going to make you sleep less at night. But then you turn on that game component of, I need you to like me so you can be comfortable with me so you don't target me. And I think people come in and are just like, I want to be liked. And like, if they don't like me and I feel like I'm not having conversations, like I saw breakdowns happen. I saw Tucker was like crying in the hammock. And I was like, Tucker, what are we doing? And even Chemo gets nominated. And then it's like revisiting stuff from his past. And I'm like, buddy, this is a game. Like go to the HOH and talk to the HOH.
Yeah.
Like if you don't in the first week, to your point, I need you to like me and feel comfortable with me so that I am not on the block. You're a gamer. And I think a lot of these people come into the house and they're just not gamers. They don't realize that this is a intense game and it starts the second you walk into the house.
This season does not seem like a season of gamers. There's a whole lot of personality. There's a lot of personality because everybody is in sales. Everybody. Everybody is in sales.
Yeah.
And so it's like, your personality is, if you are selling yourself when you're in sales, they're buying from you. And so that's what you're bringing. You're bringing yourself and they're purchasing this product, but they're purchasing it because of you. So all these salespeople are in the house with all these personalities. But I've not really seen any gamers. There's a lot of loose cannons.
Hey, absolutely. There are a lot of loose cannons, which, shout out to salespeople because, as you know, I'm in sales, so I do sales. So I started in sales. I came into the Big Brother in sales. And it's so true. Like, we talk about this in sales all the time. Exactly what you said. And you're not in sales. But it just shows how, like, well-rounded you are, which is why you did good. And I'm enough talking about how good you were at this game. But you just understand, like, human nature. You understand the game. You understand people. You understand personality types. But, yes, when you're selling something, you're selling yourself. And if they like you enough, they're going to buy the product, whether they think the product is exactly what they need or maybe they can find it somewhere else. So, God, Tiff, fucking dropping knowledge, always dropping knowledge. Okay, so we get into week 1. A lot of different twists. I'm just going to fire through these rapid fire. Okay. We have America's veto. We have the fake HOH. We have the HOH is not going to be nominating 3 people this week. BB Arena is going to be happening on eviction night. What are you thinking about the twists?
I think they threw a lot. It was kind of like they wanted to be Frenchy. Big Brother Production said, I've got all these ideas. Let's just use them all. Let's give them a veto, and then let's let America vote on the veto. Let's give them a fake HOH. Let's let them run it, and then nobody knows it. Let's use this AI machine. Let's bring in Ainsley, this AI person. I mean, they dropped everything they could in this season, and on top of that, you're going to nominate 3 people, and then not only that, but on the eviction night, you're going to play another game. So I kind of see production trying to get ahead of backdooring or just the house vote, because if you don't know who's going to be up there, there's so many variables. We will see how people strategize around that. Because there's always a way around it.
Right. No, that's such a good point. And it's really funny because it almost seems like there was a lot of things that fans were saying, right? Fans were saying that maybe the season, these big alliances were running through the season and it was kind of making the show get stale. And, in the past, Big Brother just was the HOH, the veto, and then an eviction. And there was enough drama to go throughout. Right. We didn't need any other drama.
Well, that's because you could be dramatic. You could curse people out. You could trash talk them. You could have fights. You can talk about their kids, their mother, their everything. You could use everything that you came into the house with, which is only whatever you have in here and whatever you have out here. But society is changing and things are a little more sensitive. And there's all of this, what you can't say. So now it's almost like people can't say anything. So they can't play that game.
No,
so there is no drama. So the minute you create drama, it's you're a bully or you're getting bullied or somebody is offensive or you need to take a training or, you know what? I'm going to tell you like this. I ever go back in that house, I'm coming for 700. I'm coming for the grand prize. And you might not like me when I leave because I don't care about all the ethics and I don't care about all your values and I don't care about all your morals. I hope I do piss you off enough to where you mess up your game and I'm still there because I'm not caring about what anybody else thinks. I'm coming to get my money.
$750,000, like $750,000. I think I saw in the feeds, like come on. I think I saw it was like after the Angela and Matt blow up, somebody in the house, I can't remember who it was. I was reading through like the live feed stuff and it was like, I really hope they hug it out. I was like, the fuck? No, I hope they don't hug it out. I hope this is like a blow up. I hope it made me want to be like, I hope Matt wins the AI arena. I hope he stays. I hope blow ups continue to happen. I'm like, don't hug it out. Like no more hugging it out, people. You're playing a game for $750,000.
Yeah, go on Love Island, go on Dr. Phil, go on.
There's more drama on Love Island. Shout out to Love Island.
Go somewhere where it's a kumbaya. Big Brother is not that. It's not. It's a game for $750K. It's gonna be some crap, okay? And you're gonna need to weed through it. If you don't want to see the fighting, that's not realistic.
Yeah, I think they can throw as many twists into the game as they want to try to like shake the game up. But I think in order to get back to what Big Brother was, there needs to be that drama. People need to not be walking on eggshells every single week of,
just be real. Let people be real.
And it doesn't feel like, I don't know if this is how you feel about the cast, so I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
This cast in itself feels like a lot of people came in, they knew the talking points, they knew what needed to be said, the backstabbing, they want to be personalities, but they don't actually like want to come in and be as cutthroat as you need to be to play this game. It's like, it's not nice. You don't have to be nice to everybody. You don't have
Except
to be
for
liked by
Angela.
everybody. Yeah, well, I mean, I will say this.
Angela is like I can't hold it back. And I do believe that women over a certain age, and I won't give that timeline away for us ladies because it's nobody's business, but women over a certain age pocket they pocket that nice stuff, and we just gotta say it. It's better out than in, because if we keep it in, we gonna have a hot flash, and we don't want that. So we rather just relinquish that fire onto you, say what we gotta say, and then we can all eat now. Would you like some?
Yeah, it's I just want like old school stuff. Like I even was, and I hate to always bring it back to like the season that I was on, but it was like season 16. Christy and I were watching the veto meeting in the second week. And in the second week, we had Zach, we had Brittany explode and go at Pow Pow and Devin. Zach exploded and ripped into Devin. It caused this whole thing in the house. And it was just like entertaining to one, be a part of, and also watch. Like, we want to see people explode at each other. We want that. We want that on the outside. Now,
I do, because I don't want it at home. I don't want it at home. I don't want it in my life. I don't want it in my family. I'm watching TV for the entertainment. Give me something.
Thank you. And I mentioned this earlier in the last week's episode, or the initial episode about the cast. I'm like, I just want drama. Like, I watch Bravo, I watch Vanderpump, I watch Summer House. I want to see, The Traitors has it. Love Island even just had it. It's like a dating show with crazy amounts of drama. Like, we watch reality TV for drama, not for kumbaya. We don't want everybody sitting around a campfire talking about how much they love each other. If you want old school stuff back, bring it back.
Like you said,
Co-op
you
people.
watch Bravo, people who watch Housewives, everybody talks about they got read. She read her for filth. Well, when somebody come on Big Brother and read somebody for filth, you're like, oh my God, his mom is watching this. His mama knew he was going on this show. That's a grown man.
Okay, that's going to bring us into the drama, right? So Angela wins the HOH. She has a conversation with Matt. We'll kind of go through it. The stuff in the bathroom I felt was, I think it was poorly handled by Matt. Angela doesn't really know what she's saying. She's just got word vomit out of her mouth.
She's word vomiting. But she should also be aware that anything you say in the very beginning can be misperceived. These people do not know you. So just because you're joking with someone doesn't mean they're going to take it as a joke. And that's exactly what happened.
What I wanted was for Matt to just kind of like, as that's happening, and I'm putting myself in the shoes, right? I'm always like, okay, what would I do if I was playing the game right now and that was me in that spot? I would have just been like, Angela, come on, Angela, don't project that onto me right now. Like, I'm not coming in here for showmances. Like, let's not do this right now, Angela. You're going to bed. Like, just go to bed. And I would crack a joke, be like, I'm coming to bed soon. Don't worry. We're not going to have conversations behind your back. Lower any hostility, because she obviously had in her head, he's a good looking guy. He's going to be in a showmance. Whatever that perception was, you need to lower that immediately. Like, immediately, you need to nip it in the butt. What does Matt do? Tailspins. Goes out, starts talking to Kenny, thinks he needs to bring it to everybody in the house. It's like, don't bring any more attention to something that needs to be brought. Like, call it out, nip it in the butt, go to Angela, be like, hey, are we good? Like, you brought this up. I want to make sure that there's nothing going on. Or don't even have that convo. Just
in the beginning, and I know people, some people won't admit this, but I think everyone kind of always needs a target, a potential target. I can't win HOH and I love everybody. I've got to have my eyes set on someone. So either I've realized you're a threat to my game, or you've made yourself a threat to my game. And so in the beginning, when you're assessing personalities and people are saying things to you, well, I've got 14 other people I like, but this 15th person over here I don't know if you're trying to paint a target on my back or whatever, but you're the only one saying something that I don't like. So it's going to be you.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. It would have been good for Matt to just kind of be a little more reserved, not take it so personal, not take it as a threat, and then be like, you're going to be who I'm coming after. He handled the whole situation completely wrong, which then brought us to the conversation of them in the HOH room after Angela then wins the HOH. And I was blown away. She was, before Crazy Angela comes out, she's having a conversation with Matt and genuinely was apologetic.
Because she didn't realize that he was taking it that way. And when she found out that he had, interpreted it in a negative, she was like, let me go and apologize to him about this.
I thought was great. A great play on her part. Lower any animosity in the house. I don't want you to be a threat of mine. Yeah. And then what does Matt do? Misreads the situation completely. I was like, brother, what are we talking about here? You literally just threatened this woman. She just apologized to you. It's like active listening, man. Listen to what she's saying. Take it in. Be like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You know what? You're the HOH. I'm so sorry that you even felt that way. Listen, we're good. I would never come after you. It's all good. I just want to make sure that we're good.
Play the game.
Play the game.
But you know what? The problem is. Doing? Some of these people have no game. You have no game. You got to have some game to play the game. I'm going to need you to know how to talk to people. Get her in your pocket. You came to fight fire. What you thought was fire with fire. That's not what you do,
She was coming in with ice cream and cookies, and you literally took a blowtorch and just annihilated it. I was like, buddy.
He said, yeah, because if you think you're going to come for me and I win HOH next week, we're going to see about that.
Bud, there's
Take your apology
week
and keep it.
Be played. So then Angela spirals, right? And now it brings us to our first blow up of the season. I'm so happy it happens in week 1.
I've not seen a blow up like this in a long time.
She comes down clapping. It was like, it's crazy. And you think about it because then you see her spiraling all night long. Tiff, she was planning that all night long. Like all night long. She was running through that in her head. This is my speech. This is what I'm going to say. And she had her pauses down. That's how I could tell. She was like, those of you that came to me last night, it was great. For a low budget movie. She was like, oh, I'm going to say this line and it's going to kill. And everybody was like, what? Angela, are you good? Like, is everything okay? I would have loved to have been in that house.
Can't wait to spend the summer with you, except for you, crazy eyes. Yeah, you with the crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah. What are we doing?
And honestly, I think he's embarrassed, but it's not the worst thing you could say to someone. Listen, this is my way of going off. That's not the worst thing I can say is call you crazy eyes. And you're worried about what your mom's going to say. She know you got crazy eyes.
Tell me right now, like I was like, Matt, man, his DRs. I was like, buddy, what is happening? He's like, kind of like talking. I was like, bro, this isn't a soap opera. Stop acting in the diary room, brother. It was wild to watch him. And then you could tell after she called him out for the crazy eyes, everything about him kind of like reserved.
Yeah, because he started paying attention. He became self-conscious about it. He said,
he became self-aware of it. He's like, shit, are my eyes big?
Are my eyes big?
Yeah, I was like, bro, your eyes are big. I hate to break it to you. And don't get me wrong, Matt is literally, when he walks in the house with the hair and it's like perfectly coiffed back, I'm like, bro, this guy looks like he could be like Prince Charming. Like, hey, embrace the stereotype, bud. Like, he's trying to fight it in a way that like almost comes across disingenuous. It's like, buddy, you're a good looking guy. Like, you don't have to try to verbally prove to people that you're a nice guy. Like, just go be a nice guy. Like,
oh gosh,
you know what I mean?
We had somebody like that on my season.
Who was that?
They just had to prove that they were a nice guy. Like, I'm not trying to be a handsome guy. I'm a nice guy.
Whatever.
They'll know in the comments. Leave it for Cody in the comments.
Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Don't make Tiffany have to say it. We don't want it to come out of her mouth so then the drama comes in. But we don't mind the drama. It's funny because I understand that to a degree, like, but realistically, you just have to just go and be yourself. Like, you're a good looking dude, bro. Like, hello. Like, you're a good looking dude. Just deal with it, be yourself, be likable, and then everybody's going to be like, wow, instead of, well, Matt is a huge target, and if he's on the block, we got to go after him. It's Matt, I feel like very comfortable and he's going to protect me. So I don't think I want to send him home. Like he brought this on himself. He started playing the game too hard. These people have no game.
I've not heard anyone talk about protecting anyone.
Yeah, well, I like that because honestly, like I would love to see some like crazy stuff happen every week. It would be absolutely incredible. So
it looks like they've got you got some people that are in some really good positions though. Like Quinn's in a good position where everyone seems to want him in an alliance, and Chelsea seems to be laying low. Poor Lisa. What is Lisa going through?
Lisa's interesting to me. Like, I got to be honest with you. I was with everybody, like the whole glitter on everything. If I'm like, I'm fresh off have not, and she's sprinkling stuff in my, I'd be like, she would get like the Judy. I'd like be like, get your hand out of my food. Don't put your edible sprinkles in my shit.
I'm going to tell you right now. I do not like glitter. I don't like nothing about glitter. Don't send me a glitter card. I hate when I get a glitter card in the mail. I don't like glitter in my house. I don't want glitter anywhere near me. You come to me with glitter is like sand. There's not just one grain. There's a lot of it. I don't like glitter. So I would be the last person. She wouldn't like me. And edible glitter. What the heck is edible glitter? Edible glitter?
Yeah.
Don't rub it on me. Don't put it on my food. Matt, take your arts and crafts in your room and put them on your bed. Stop walking around the house with it.
And it's everybody's kind of putting up with it in the first week, but you can see how annoyed some people were getting and like how off-putting it became, and that's going to get old quick to
because you're forcing it on people. You're not asking them, would you like some? You're saying, here, take some edible glitter. Here, you get edible glitter. Here, get some. You're rubbing the edible glitter. Don't force. I'm the last person. Don't ever try to force nothing on me. I don't like it. I don't like to be forced fed. I don't like to be. Don't just offer and allow me to make my decision and respect it. No, thank you.
I would love to be around somebody trying to force something on you, and just I would just watch what transpires after that. Okay, so we have all that happening. Then it brings us to different conversations, but I kind of want to highlight what you just mentioned there. Different people that are actually, there's a lot of drama. Who's in a good position right now? You mentioned one that I like. Quinn, I think he's like Turner-esque to me. So I think he's going to have that. He's just likable. He's non-threatening.
Yeah.
I think one of the people that actually is going to be like and this happens early in the game because early on, Big Brother, the producers, they care about the drama. They're showing the drama. I think somebody who is actually going to be a gamer is going to be Chelsea.
I think so
Christy
too.
loves Chelsea. She's like, she's going to be great. I'm like, she's going to be a gamer though. Like that's what I like about her. She's also going to be no bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see as the weeks transpire how that happens.
You can tell her wheels are turning.
Yeah.
And she's laying low, but she is thinking. I do think that she is gaming. She's staying out of the drama because she's doing other work behind the scenes. I can see her like little puppet master because she'll start to gain the trust of people because she's not in the drama and her name doesn't come up and she keeps to herself. I would like to see T-Core have more substantial conversations in the time when it's called for. Like, I don't mean she just needs to be talking and chattery at all. She doesn't have to do that. Yeah. But there were conversations that I watched her have, and for 37 minutes, it was,
Yeah. I don't know that T-Core is going to have it. I think she's just going to be somebody that's kind of in the game until she's not. Whereas I think, there's different people that are going to be active in the game, which I think is going to be a Quinn. I think is going to be a Chelsea. I think those two are kind of the early ones that are going to be at least gaming. They're going to be gaming, and then we'll see how that transpires in the season. But again, it's early. So there's going to be some people that pick up on the game naturally.
Yeah.
Like that are just likable. Like there's a couple just really likable people. Like I think Leah's going to be really likable, and I think Cam is going to be really likable.
Yes.
Cam has the whole athletic build going against him. Yeah. And so I kind of want him to push back on some of the super fans. He said it early on. He was like, I'm going after super fans. And I was like, please, bro, go after the super fans. Yeah. Because they will target him strictly on the basis of like, he's big and athletic, which we saw the competition so far in this game. What does big and athletic have to do with anything?
Yeah, nothing. They're carnival games.
What does it have to do with anything?
Angela won the first HOH.
Hello. You're sliding a shuffleboard.
Yeah.
The other competition was they're spinning around in colors. It's like the other one is unplugging things. It's like big and athletic is just not a character trait that is threatening in the Big Brother house. Like somebody, to me, this new age of Big Brother, they're projecting that on people like that. To me, it's like small and quiet. It's like those are the people that are threatening in the Big Brother house because they're the ones that are like non-threatening. Nobody's aware of them. They have all these other facades up around them, and then they're just all of a sudden they're at the end of the game. And you're like, where did that come from? Yes. I want Kane to start going after everybody else.
But on the flip side of that, I want to comment on what you said about being actively active in the game, like playing an active game, is because if I don't have this connection or a closeness or a relevancy, you don't have any relevancy to me, where you're just so laid back. That means I can live in this house without you.
Right.
And you don't want people to not feel your presence in the house because that makes it easy for me to send you home. I don't know you here anyway.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. We shall see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So we are the veto meeting, blah. Matt gets put on the block. We have the 3 people.
Yeah, Lisa wins veto. They finally brought a spelling comp back. They could have done that when I was there. It's one of my favorite comps. So
do you know the story of me on my first season in the spelling comp?
Well, I watched your season. What happened?
Do you remember what happened?
No, I can't remember yesterday. I remember 16 years ago.
I'm in this competition. I'm flying through it. I'm like, dude, I got this. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna spell this big word. I was like, I'm gonna spell competitively. I'm like, nobody's beating that word. It's like a 14-letter word or whatever the words are. I get in, I go, we're running out of time. I'm reading the thing. I'm like, okay, I think I got it. I was looking for a Y. I got the Y. I was like, done. I got it. I closed the board. I'm thinking back to the word. I'm like, shit, I misspelled it. I spelled competitively, not competitively. I forgot an IT. I forgot 2 of the letters. And I was pissed. And then I looked like an idiot. And then everybody made fun of me for being stupid.
Cody can't spell competitively.
They're like, oh, he's good looking, but at least he's good looking because he doesn't have a brain. And I'm like, I want to break that stereotype of good looking dumb guys. Nope. I was like, I'm going to the end of this game. I don't care if I spell competitively. Give a shit about those stereotypes.
I mean, people make up words every day. New words go in the dictionary all the time. Competitively.
Valid.
My cousin told me I was not accommodateful. And I was like, damn, that's not a word, but it kind of could be a word. It's like full of accommodations. I said, okay, accommodateful. I'll take it. Competitively.
It's so good.
It means,
she told me I'm not accommodateful.
Yeah, I'm not accommodateful.
Okay, so we're here. All right, brings us kind of to the end here. Wrapping it up, we have Matt, Chemo, and Kenny competing for the BB Arena. Chemo wins it. Really impressive. I thought that competition was very difficult with the nerves. You're nervous. You could be on the block. You could be going home.
Yep.
Your life is on the line. And Chemo just he just stood early on and was just looking at one screen, kind of taking it all in, going and checking to see like if anything else, and came in with the answer. Obviously, as viewers, we can't tell what's going on, but I was lost. And
dude,
I was
said
so
Rabina.
Impressed.
I was like, Rabina.
I think I said T-Core. And then Matt guessed it, and I was like, that's got to be wrong. Oh, that's got to be wrong. Anyway, Chemo wins it. Impressive. Matt and Kenny are on the block. Now, I wasn't keeping up too much with the live feeds, but it just felt like Matt was always going to go home. But they did a good job on Big Brother. They kind of got me. I was like, is this? Because when Leah voted for Kenny, I was like, is Matt staying? Like, because he had that alliance, which kind of brings me to one point.
I was like, what? I didn't even know about that.
Well, I was going to bring it up. There's nothing like starting an alliance when you're on the block. Like, bro, you're on the block.
And a big one. And a big one, too. So you think that this is the big alliance of the season, the one you just started because
that you started.
Yeah.
The person on the block.
And after nominations, after you've been nominated as the replacement nominee.
You know what's another pet peeve of mine too? It's the chasing around. It's such and like obviously from, we've been in the house, so we kind of know how it works a little bit with production, but it's like when the people are chasing around looking for votes, like I got this person, I got this person, I got this person. If you've never watched Big Brother and you're watching the winner's circle, we may have future Big Brother people watching this. If you ever end up on the block, please, for the love of God, do not go around asking people to tell you to your face whether they're going to vote for you or not, and then taking that as Bible and saying they're going to vote for me. That's not a number. If you're on the block, please find an ally of yours, have them have subtle conversations to feel the temperature out, and just go into the house and be likable. That's your plan if you're on the block. Nobody's telling you yes or no to your face. Like, am I right or am I wrong? How many times did you lie to people that came to you and said, are you voting for me? And you're like, yup.
I plead the fifth. Because, I lie to everybody.
Like, I just can't get over it. We lied to you. Come to me. I'll never forget. I felt horrible doing this, but it was like Ian was coming to me and was like, you're going to vote for me, right? You're sitting next to Tyler. It's like, bro, I'm tight with Tyler. Yeah, Ian, I'm voting for you, bud.
Damn. Yeah, when I think about it, my very first vote, I was the rogue vote and voted for Alyssa, and she didn't know. Nobody knew that was coming. Then I think it was probably Brent, and he thought he had all of our votes sealed. I don't know what Whitney thought, but no, she knew I wasn't voting for her because there was always an opportunity that someone thought they had my vote.
It's just how it goes when everybody comes running around asking for your vote. It's like, okay, the nominations are locked on Monday. We now have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're pulling people to have conversations about which way they're voting. It's like, just go and make people feel like they need you in their game. Like, make them feel like if you're in the house and you in HOH, you're definitely not going to put me up. And that's how you start to pull numbers. Stop
telling me you got so much fighting you and you're doing this for your kids. That means you want to win, loser. I don't want you to want to win. I want you to want to help me win. Tell me you want to help me win. Kenny, I want you to stay here if I'm mad because you want to see me get to the end. Not because you are doing this for your mom and all this representation. Do it for me. I want to win, you get my vote. You got my vote if you're doing it for me. If you're doing it for you and your kids and that family, no, I don't want to help you win. I want you to help me win. I'll help you help me win.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines. No, loser. That was so good. Okay, so we have it. Matt goes home. We kind of saw that coming. It almost seemed like no matter what, whoever Matt was sitting next to, he was going home. He comes out, and even in his eviction interview with Julie, it felt like he wasn't listening to Julie. Like, she asked him a question, and I was like, but did you hear her question? She asked you specifically what was said, and you're talking about how you feel. There's a difference between like literal and then like feelings. So just listen to the question. I was like, that's why you're out of the house. That's why you're gone.
Good point.
So, all right. Brings us in. We're kind of wrapping it up here. Early favorite to win the game. Last week, I was like, you know what? I could see Mackenzie doing well. I'm backtracking immediately. I don't know, because she was tight with Matt. And now I hear people talking about Mackenzie's got to go. Or they were like, they're kind of a showmance. But I'm hoping that she can kind of reinvent herself in the game with him gone now, because that was just the best thing for her was for him to go.
Early. Yeah.
And it's early on. But who's your early? We'll say a couple. You don't got to just pick one. Who's your early, like, I think this person can win the game?
I think that Chelsea and Quinn have a great opportunity to win the game. Tucker is one of my favorite people to watch on the feeds. He is a mess, and I love it.
Yeah. So not necessarily you think he could win, but you like watching him.
He actually is staying out of the way, but he talks so much crap. at some point, I'm wondering if he's going to offend somebody or if they just know at this point, like, that's just Tucker. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on if his crap talking gets out to someone who feels offended and uses it as a target. But I think he's just so honest and so real that people know what they're getting from when they deal with him. Right now, he doesn't seem like a threat, but it all, it all depends on how he plays his game. I could see him going far, though. I still can see him going far because everybody else is painted such targets on their back. Like you said, you got Mackenzie. Lisa was already on the block. She's an easy person to go back on the block again. Right. Plus, she keeps running around with this edible glitter and she's grilling people and making people feel uncomfortable.
She was on the wrong side of the vote.
Yeah. So that's where we have not talked about Cedric one time. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know if he's playing a good game and he's staying out the way, or he's insignificant in the gameplay and not a factor and could be dispensable. But
yeah, Cedric was my dark horse last week. I thought he could do well. I think he's really intelligent. I just think that the youth in him, it's really difficult. Like playing that game at 21 years old is different than if you played it at 27 versus 35. It's just it's tough to play the game at such a young age, especially when they're bumping up kind of like the ages of the house guests. So I think he's very, very intelligent. Yeah. I just don't know how that's going to translate in the game. I do like Chelsea. I think Leah is going to be like the fan favorite of the season.
I think so too. Funny. I realized who she reminds me of.
She's so funny.
I thought she reminded me of Meg Malley, but I realized she reminds me of Elena Davies.
I was going to say Brittany Haynes.
Well, maybe personality, but just when I look at her, I'm like, she has this familiar look. Like, who does she look like and resemble? And I think she resembles Elena, but they'll probably tell me I'm wrong.
Which one's Elena?
Elena was in
Was that the 17? One that was like kind of hooking up with Mark?
Yes.
From 19?
Probably.
Okay, I think if that's the Elena that you're talking about.
Yeah. Because I can hear Josh
She just reminds me of like a
Elena.
What's?
I can just hear Josh going Elena. Yeah, I think so.
I love Josh. Actually, going to have Josh on here. I'm super pumped. So Josh is going to be on here. I'm going to be talking to Josh on here. I'm pretty fired up about it. Okay. But yeah, she kind of reminds me of Brittany because Brittany kind of does like that, like quirky kind of funny stuff. Like I thought it was so fired up when they had the. I was cracking up when they did like that threesome alliance, and she just got up and like flexed. Oh no! When Mackenzie said she won the power, she like flexed, and I was like,
she did.
I thought it was just funny. All right, so we that kind of anything else? Any final thoughts here?
Well. I don't. I think that just like most of the times when there's a crazy week one, like somebody tries to come in and fix the house. So I'm wondering who's going to win HOH and try to have a different administration than what Angela had.
That's a really good point. But then who do you end up pissing off if not going after the crazy from week one? We will find out.
I know.
We will find out. We should find out soon, right? Like the HOH should be. We
playing right now. We might know by tonight. Now. Yeah.
Yeah, we will. All right. As always, again, if you like it, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, like the video. We appreciate you joining us here on the Winner's Circle, and we will see you next week.